Is it possible to stop the epidemic of youth pitching injuries? I'm Dr. David, orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist, and I provide education, information, and commentary on all sorts of sports and exercise injuries and injury treatments and injury prevention for athletes and active people so that you can stay healthy and perform your best. One of the topics I'm most passionate about are youth sports injuries, and especially preventing youth sports injuries. We think that about half of all injuries that kids suffer in sports are preventable. They're related to overuse, essentially. And there's no better example of that than youth pitching injuries. These shoulder and elbow injuries are almost always caused by throwing too much, at least in kids, anywhere from 6 and 7 years old up to high school ages. They're almost always related to throwing too much, whether it's throwing too much in a particular game or over a particular week, over a particular season. We're seeing injuries like Tommy John surgeries that initially only occurred among professional athletes, and professional baseball pitchers now sort of trickle their way down into the college ranks and now into the high school ranks. I had somebody email me last week through my website. They have a 10-year-old son that basically tore the ulnar collateral ligament in the elbow. That's the ligament that when you have surgery, that's Tommy John surgery. And we need to get a handle on this. Yes, Tommy John surgery has been terrific at saving the careers of minor and major league baseball pitchers. But I think it's become sort of a fallback or an excuse almost for parents and coaches to pitch their kids too much. They basically feel like, well, he can pitch as long as he wants and as hard as he wants. If he gets hurt, we'll just have the surgery. He gets back better than ever. But we know that you don't get back better than ever. First of all, only about 83% of major league and minor league pitchers get back to play at the same level. That's 17% who never make it back. And it's probably lower than that at the high school level. But more than that, that's a year out of baseball, a year out of being with their friends and competing. And it's really hard at that age to go through a grueling surgery and day after day of the exercises and physical therapy. So we don't want to fall back on a major surgery. Fortunately, Tommy John injuries and most shoulder and elbow injuries that young pitchers get are preventable. So it's things like only pitching for one team on a given season. It's about following pitch counts over the course of a game and over the course of a week and a season and a year, or innings counts depending on how you do it. And if you don't believe me, we know that kids at a young age, the little league pitchers, basically, they have a 3.5 times higher rate of serious shoulder and elbow injuries if they pitch more than 100 innings a year. It's as simple as playing multiple sports rather than just pitching in baseball year-round. It's about taking 2 or 3 months off from pitching every single year. You can play another sport like soccer or track or cross country or swimming that doesn't stress the shoulder and the elbow, but you give your body time to rest on any given season. That is just the beginning. I could go on and on about all the different ways that we can prevent youth sports injuries, in particular youth pitching injuries. I talk about this a lot in my new book, That's Gotta Hurt, The Injuries That Changed Sports Forever. I was thinking about it because I talk about this in how it pertains to Tommy John surgery in particular. I'll describe how that surgery, how it came about. I'll tell the story of Tommy John and Dr. Frank Jobe and how that surgery's been great. But then I talk about how in a lot of ways it may have started this cascade of injuries that trickle down into kids younger and younger and younger. And we're seeing these injuries go up and up and up. Honestly, I don't even know if we're going to be able to get them down. I'd just like to see them stop going up. And so I talk about that in great detail. If you go to tghbook.com, just remember TGH, That's Gotta Hurt, tghbook.com, you'll see links to order it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Indiegogo, Powell's, all sorts of sites. There's all sorts of free bonuses on tghbook.com if you order it before that book is officially available on June 6th. Tons of things that you'll get completely for free that I think are really, really informative, really entertaining, really helpful. I think you really will like that. And I'm really excited to share this message about sports injuries and injury prevention, not just for professional athletes, but for young kids that play these sports and for adults that just want to exercise and have fun themselves. How we can stay safe, perform better, and avoid injuries. I think it's really, really important. So definitely check that out. Thank you so much for watching. Again, check out tghbook.com. There's a link below this, so definitely click on that and get your copy of the book and all sorts of free bonuses. And I look forward to seeing you right here next time.